What's up, you guys? How you doing? The 450 class at Millville, provided something that I kind of thought would happen after it was announced that Jett Lawrence was out for the season. I'm going to put up my banner here, but as I do that, guys, just remember, subscribe if you think that I'm worth listening to, and also double check too, because I've been losing some subscribers without knowing it. And so if you haven't been subscribed to me, I appreciate it. If you were subscribed to me earlier, but you got docked for some reason, just double check and hopefully might resubscribe there if you think I'm worth listening to. So there's my banner. Let's get into this. Okay, so Millville, the 450 class, Chase Sexton swept the motos, and now that's 5 moto wins in a row for the number 4 KTM. And this right now looks like it's Chase Sexton's title to lose, because when Jett Lawrence was out there, Chase was going out of his comfort zone and really pushing it to the limit to try to beat him. And, you know, this kind of reminds me of when Carmichael and Stewart was out there racing, and Carmichael just kept getting win after win after win after win, and James Stewart kept coming up short because of little problems. And right now, Sexton is kind of like this year's version of James Stewart when he was in that winter crash mentality, which was a recipe for disaster all around. But the difference there was that when Carmichael exited stage left, James Stewart was the heir apparent, and he still kept getting hurt. And he would eventually pull out of the 2007 Motocross Championship due to injuries. Now, Chase Sexton has been fortunate to avoid any serious injury, but still, for Chase to lead this title chase, especially with guys like Jett and Eli Tomac and Cooper Webb not out there, a title's a title no matter who's out there or not, to be perfectly frank. But for Jett Lawrence to be out for the summer, which was certainly a heartbreaking news, that's why I was saying that this was Chase Sexton's title based on experience alone. Now, obviously, Hunter Lawrence has only been in the 450 class just this year alone. Now, obviously, it looks like that Hunter might not win this title unless something drastic happens to Chase. But you know what? I got to say, though, the way that Hunter Lawrence was riding, I think that he says that he's okay. I don't know. I'm a little bit on the skeptical side of things, because the way that Hunter Lawrence rode, it looked like he hit a wall and he just kind of let Chase Sexton get away. So, especially after Sexton got around him in the second moto, which leads me to believe that Hunter Lawrence could be a little bit more hurt than we thought. And that's why I wouldn't rule out that Hunter Lawrence might pack it in for the summer and get ready for Super Duper like Jett Lawrence is doing with his thumb injury. So if you think that's what Hunter Lawrence might do, welcome to the club. Because really, the way that Chase Sexton is riding, this is his title to lose, and the way that Hunter Lawrence is riding, the fact that he's been getting kind of winded towards the end, it's almost like David Villeman in a way when he was racing. He would get to the end of the race and then he would start to get tired. And the way that Hunter is riding, he's getting tired with about 10 minutes to go in the second moto. And really, somebody needs to make Hunter Lawrence really pissed off right now, because that's the only way that I should see him battling with Chase Sexton in the closing stages. And the way that Chase is riding, he looks a lot more calculated, especially with Jett Lawrence out. But still, like I said earlier, I would not rule out Hunter Lawrence packing it in early in the season if he's really as hurt as he thinks, if he's more hurt than we think he is. Because that was a hard crash that Hunter took at Redbud. It was almost the same kind of crash that Jett Lawrence took at Hangtown. And that may have been a crash that Jett should not have gone for. That may have been, or I should say, a move that Jett should not have gone for, I should say, at Hangtown. But still, anyway, as far as other guys go, Aaron Plessinger, oh man, the guy rode really good up until he lost both tires in the second moto. And that was a sign that of how slick that the track got. And as far as AP is concerned, he's like the people's champion, almost like Adam Cincerillo. But I don't know what's going on with in the Aaron Plessinger camp, because something tells me that Plessinger is maybe fighting a little bit of a mental state, you know, kind of like how Kevin Windham was known for. He couldn't make it past the mental part. So something tells me that Plessinger, I don't think it was bad riding. It was just one of those days where maybe the rain delay may have thrown a monkey wrench into what could have been a great day overall for him. Would I have picked him to win the day's racing? Probably not, but I would have picked him for second or third. And he ended up third overall. But as far as another guy that I think also deserves a shout out, Justin Cooper. This guy has been the epitome of riding like Jimmy Button, in my view, because I got to say that when Justin Cooper switched to the paddle tire, he ended up getting two great starts. And something tells me that was probably what J. Coop was looking for. And if he can maybe turn his season around with these two rides, maybe we might see him in the winner's circle before the season is over. Because really, Justin Cooper is really kind of exceeding a lot of people's expectations, especially with the fact that he's already hit the podium. But I think if J. Coop is in the winner's circle, he will exceed everybody's expectations, even if it's just a moto win. Even if he doesn't go one, if he goes 1-1, he'll definitely exceed everybody's expectations. But if he wins an overall with at least one moto win, he'll definitely do that too. So something tells me that maybe an overall win is coming for Justin Cooper down the line. Maybe it could be at his home race at Unadilla. I don't know. But he is definitely riding up to the potential that I think a lot of us were thinking he would. Maybe even Team Yamaha and maybe J. Coop himself. So would I have picked him? Would I have picked Justin Cooper as a champion? No. Especially since this was his first year in the 450 class full time. But something tells me that a win is coming. He's just got to get that good start and just keep on charging until the end. And just hope that Sexton gets a bad enough start himself. So hopefully that will happen for J. Coop. And maybe he might break that Jimmy Button jinx, so to speak, again. Now, am I saying that's a bad thing? No, just that J. Coop reminds me a lot of Jimmy Button when he was racing. Because Button was a guy who was hot and cold, and J. Coop can finish around 5th to 8th rather, and people can say, well, I don't know, that's kind of like where he normally finishes. And he'll definitely show some more in motocross. And that's what he's been doing this year. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And remember, subscribe if you think that I'm worth listening to. And we head to the next round at Washougal in the Pacific Northwest. We'll see you all for that.